All right. Get in here. All right, so I'm gonna check the check and see how the I don't know how I'm doing. I'm filming this on my phone, so I don't know what this looks like. But anyway, so I'm filming this because I do want to get like a video record of how my sour barrel is doing. What are we doing here? Oh yeah. That one has Dan's name written all over it. Been saving that one for you, Dan. Told you I would, so there's that one. I had one like 3 weeks ago, and it was, or like 2 weeks ago. It was really good still, so it's aging well, keeping its flavor. But anyways, so on the barrel here, gosh, I can't remember the last time I last time I took a samples when I is when I pulled 15 or 20 gallons out of it. So I have not actually taken a sample at all this summer, or probably like in 6 months. So it's definitely time. I'm definitely planning on doing like a brew and, you know, pull another 15, 20 gallons out and put it back in. But I kind of just want to see where it's at. I took some in to my homebrew club meeting, and there's a guy there that's like a grandmaster, or is it a grandmaster? I don't think he's a grand. I think he's just a master BJCP judge, and he's also really into sours, so it's kind of like his forte. So, you know, he's not just like a master judge that knows sours, but it's really into like brown ales or something. He brews a lot of sours himself. So he tried it, and I took him in a sample of the unblended version. And he said it was good. I was concerned about acetic characters being in there, and I was concerned about that because it kind of is so sour. It's really quite sour. But he said he didn't get any of that, and he said he's very sensitive on acetic. I was kind of concerned about acetic because if you watch a few of my videos in the past, I had just like an S airlock on this thing, and yeah, you don't want to do that. The S airlocks will, as your house or temperature, of the seasons, especially like in Colorado, gets hot and cold, expand and contrast. So like it was sucking in oxygen. So I was kind of concerned about like acetobacter or something like that, but yeah, he didn't detect any of that. He and I asked him, I was like, yeah, what would you score this roughly? This unblended barrel aged beer, and he gave me some points, and he was like, it'd be like a mid-30s. He's like 35 is probably a pretty good number for this beer. And actually, I agree with him. It's not a bad sour beer at all. It's quite good. I enjoy drinking it, but it's not like epic, I guess. It's not like amazing. It's a little bit like one. This is why you blend beers, right? It's a little bit one-dimensional. It's a little bit like more on the acidic tart side, and then it doesn't really have any kind of like I guess you call it Brett complexity. I actually wish it was a little bit less sour from the beer that I had 6 months ago that I pulled a sample of. So, anyways, what we're gonna do today, enough rattling on, but what we're going to do today is I'm going to pull the nail out, obviously. Gosh, should I? I'm just going to bang it back in. Pull the nail out, take a sample, give it a whirl. So, all right. Yeah, there we go. Couldn't find my good pliers either. I don't know where they're at. Yeah, it actually works this time. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely coming out. Alright, I think that's enough. Give this just a little tapper. That should be good. I'm just going to wipe anything away and make sure it doesn't have. Alright, so right away. It smells very familiar. I actually have some of this. I have like probably a gallon left still on tap. Hmm. It's it's so hard because it's not carbonated. It's not cold. I found in pretty much all beers that unless it's carbonated and cold, it's not going to taste exactly like the finished product. Um, Obviously, any like off flavors that you taste here will still kind of carry through, but it's smelling pretty good. I like the smell of it and the flat form here. Um, One thing I'm gonna do with this one is the next time I fill it, I think I'm gonna fill it with like 20 gallons of already developed, with already fermented beer. So I'm going to brew, say 20 gallons of this, 60-40 pale wheat kind of combo that I have here, and then I'm gonna ferment it out. I think I want to drive down the acidity a little bit. I'm hoping that will kind of take down the pH on it maybe a little bit. I don't know, but I think my plan is to drive down the acidity by not giving the lacto and maybe I think there's PDO or something in there. So much to eat and so much sugars. Just trying to kind of blend it to a more of a mellower tasting beer. Let's go ahead and give this thing a taste. The smell, it smells it's kind of a light smell actually, but a little bit lemony, a little bit kind of smells just like a sour beer. Let's try it. Yeah, it's still very aggressively sour. Um, it's very much like lemon peel, um, type of sourness. Last time I filled this up, I filled it up with just straight wort. So I don't think it's going to get less sour than last time. So I assume it's going to be more sour than it was 6-7 months ago, and that's not really what I'm looking for at this point. It's funny. It's very drying. Obviously, I didn't pull enough to take a gravity reading. I'm not too concerned at this point with gravity reading. This thing's been. It's not. I'm not going to get bottle bombs out of this. I'm almost extremely confident in that, so I'm not too concerned about like checking gravities and making sure the gravity, It's at 10,004 or around there. It's not dropping any, so gravity really doesn't have any meaning to me. If I could have pulled more, I would have taken a sample, or a reading, but yeah, very tart. Again, it's a little bit one-dimensional. It's good. I like it, but I'm very hard on my own beers, so I'm hard on this one too. I think I like where it's going actually, but again, I you can't really tell until it's cold and carbonated. But I like the sample a lot. It's very dry, like it really dries out your palate, just like right now. I just took a drink of beer, and like right now, like my mouth is like literally like, like almost salivating because it's so like dry and just kind of like that. But let's see here. All right, I don't think we're leaking any, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Um, yeah, I like it. So yeah, so I'll be, I don't do a whole lot of videos nowadays just because I got kid and not a lot of time. But I really do want to I really want to keep up on videos on this particular sour project. I am about to keg, probably bottle 10 gallons of. I'll go show you. So last time I pulled 20 gallons out of this thing. I can't remember the date on that. It was probably like 5 or 6 months ago. Probably 5, which is more than enough time. Probably too much time. And so I put 5 gallons on raspberries, like 6 gallons or 6 pounds of raspberries. I put about 5 to 6 pounds of blueberries on 5 gallons. And what was the other one? I did blueberries, raspberries. Oh, and cherries. So let me go show you those. They're actually just right around the corner here. Alrighty. Don't mind the mess here. And actually what I'm doing tonight is I'm kegging up. Side note, I have not brewed in forever, but I do have like basically just it's only pale malt and Azaka and gosh, what was the other beer? So I'm kegging that up, and I got a Mexican lager going right now too. That's kind of like the Skull Mexican lager clone. So that thing's been lagering, or actually it's not been lagering. I'm doing like a diacetyl rest at 15C, which is about 60, I think. I think that's 60, right? 15. Yeah, 60 degrees. It's kind of it's been doing a diacetyl rest for about a week now. Yeah, so we got the blueberries here, which is, so it's unblended, straight from the barrel onto blueberries. That is the raspberry one. And the cherries over there. And as you can see, like I've got still quite a bit of sour beer going. One thing I kind of got, when I started on this sour beer kind of obsession at one point, really, I really wanted, I was like, I always want to have a sour beer on tap was like my goal. Like I just like, at the time I was spending, well, you still spend, $20 on a bottle, a big bottle. And, I was kind of really excited to brew my own sours, and I brewed a lot. I brewed the 60 gallons worth of sour beer and stuff. But now, I kind of find myself, and this is excuse me, Donatello here. Oh, you little dick. Okay. This is the unblended version that came out of the barrel about 5-6 months ago. Ooh, this one's mellower than the sample I just took. Yeah, very similar, obviously. I think the one coming out of the barrel is going to be even more tart, so yeah, we'll see. I'm going to start for sure blending that down. Next time I fill it, blend it down. So anyways, guys. One more thing. GABF is coming up this year. I've got, or I've heard rumors that maybe Dan ABA, and I think it's actually confirmed, he's coming up to Denver. So I'm going to try to meet up with him for sure. Yeah, let me know if any of you guys are coming up. I actually forgot to buy tickets, or I didn't forget, it just passed me by. Like, you wake up and it's like, oh, you check your emails and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, like they sent you an email at like 4 a.m. saying, hey, you should have got GABF tickets are available, So I didn't buy tickets, but there's always tickets online, like through Craigslist, like especially like the week of, people cancel, and you can get tickets for cost or, $20 over cost or something like that. So I do plan on going to the member session on, I believe it's Saturday morning. So I'll do that one. And maybe see if Dan ABA wants to go. I think he's doing like a Milk the Funk. I saw on Facebook he's doing like a Milk the Funk meetup, or they're doing a meetup. He's going to be there, so I'll for sure try to get that. So, and then maybe we'll figure something else out too. Maybe a couple other breweries, or he might be really busy doing stuff with other people. He's kind of like Dan ABA is kind of like he's like the BB King of the sour world. Ooh, that's a good comparison. BB King of the Sour World. Yeah, that's pretty. He's everyone kind of steals from him a little bit at some point, and well, he's not black, but he definitely knows his shit. It's kind of one of those things. Wow, I like that. All right, BB King. Well, speaking of BB King, I still have to. You have been harping on me forever. I have gallons, 1 gallon containers of Brett beers. I will get those bottled up very soon. I promise, Dan. No excuse on that one. Pure laziness. But maybe, I was kind of thinking maybe we could do the tasting while you're in Denver. So let me know what you think about that. I still have all of the beers, minus the one sour beer that I drank, but I still have all the beers that you sent me. And I can get those bottled up for sure very soon. And maybe we can do the tasting, here in Denver and do a video of us tasting different types of Brett beers and stuff like that. But anyways, so I digress. All right. See you guys.